Hello, everyone. And I lost my intro. There it is. Good evening and good Friday. Welcome, y'all, to the start, not the start, to like the middle end point of a very special mini series here on Bad House RPG. My name is Aki or Akino if you're feeling fancy. My pronouns are she, her, and you can find me on several projects all over the Twitterverse at Akinomi_art for like 2 more episodes, like 2 more weeks consecutively. I will be your lovely GM, keeper, storyteller as we continue through the Lion's Den. Uh, yeah, that's basically it. Now, as we continue through the Lion's Den. Some announcements before we do anything else. Monday, April 10th, is the second and last part of the All the Witches special, GM'd by Emma Pananda. Hope I said that right. The creator of the game, and it should be on at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. There you go. I don't know, man. I'm fucking up these time zones today. And also, Wednesdays, same time, Shattered Dawn, a 5-part cyberpunk campaign is going on. If you look at C will also be there. Imagine that. Imagine that next week you could have C twice. Gosh, I'm not gonna make that joke. That's a bad joke.
Go on. Go on.
One
Say it
show,
with your whole chest.
One show is a C man. 2 show is a C men. I watched both murder mystery movies back to back. Adam Sandler has a grasp on me, and I really don't want it.
Just get it all out
Vice
there.
grip, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. Why do you think during our like audio test I went boopy boppa doop? Like that's all that man does.
He just makes noises. You are right. That is like true.
Yeah. I was walking around like I was fucking Hotel Transylvania animators got me too. I wasn't even watching that. I just remember the movies. Okay, speaking of the movies, donations. You can find the donation button in the About section for $10 or 1,000 bits. You can give a player a willpower reroll, and for $20 or 2,000 bits, you can give them a flashback. Joining me today, we have like 70% of our lovely cast. So please tell us a bit about yourselves, your characters, and if your character could eat anything without consequence, what would it be? Does anybody really want to go first?
Damn it. Okay. Hi everyone. My name is C. I use they them pronouns. You can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet at PieSharpArt. Tonight I have the absolute pleasure of playing Bear, who uses they, she, he pronouns. I think they use pronouns. They've got them. I'll figure them out too as we go along. They're my giant bear. I get to. Anyway, I'm getting a little distracted here. If Bear could eat anything without consequence, and now I'm just going to like self-project into this character, I would say that Bear has the ability to eat food. I did take that on their list of abilities, but I think they're lactose intolerant, like I am. So like a single slice of really greasy pizza from New York City is what I would. That's what Bear would eat. A good slice of pizza. Sorry, Frankie. May he rest in peace. Anyway, this has been my weirdest intro of the day, so I'm gonna be done now.
All right, I'll take it.
Sorry, wait, I'm interrupting you real quick. All I'm gonna say is being lactose intolerant is nothing but a suggestion. Do not be so weak.
Aki, are you asking me to shit my pants on stream right now? Because I think that's what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to maybe not be a coward in the face of piece of cheese and some dairy products, but like I'm saying this because I love milk. So like if I was ever gonna turn lactose intolerant, I simply just wouldn't. I'd ride it out.
I see. Good
Give
luck
it
with
time. Give it time. Hi, I'm Fabs, producer here at Bad House RPG, also a storyteller sometimes. You can find me here, also on Wednesdays at Shatterdawn and Thursdays at As of New Amsterdam. I'm playing Chester today. And it's funny that you mentioned that, see, because that's exactly what I was thinking about. Like, man, no consequences. But instead of cheese, I'd probably do I'm not a big fan of the bananas in a banana split, but I do love the ice cream combinations that they do have. So yeah, just like a huge bowl of ice cream.
Damn. Now I want that really bad.
I guess it's me now. Or process of elimination and all that. Hi, I'm Aurora. You can find me at Ephemeral Giant, doing things, screaming at the sun, being local area woman, etc. I use she/they pronouns, and my character Ava Wilson, also uses she/they pronouns. And if Ava could eat anything... I've been thinking, and I've been trying to come up with some really good, complicated foodie answer because, like, I'm a food and food science nerd, but honestly, Ava's a simple gal, and the only answer that comes to my head is just an ungodly amount of cotton candy. Like one of those massive, really pretty cotton candy flowers you can get from a street vendor. Just the entire thing.
I co-sign that so hard.
That's so powerful, but at the same time, now I think about it, just like how, in theory, cotton candy is made, and similar desserts, like in theory, like, snow cones. Wouldn't vampires still be able to eat that?
I mean, it's your world. You can say yes or no.
Yeah, I'll say yes. Just put some blood on your snow. Like, that's the whole thing. They just, they put a little bit of, a little substitute in there to thicken it, maybe.
How are we translating that to cotton candy? I have questions. I know too much about how candy and cotton candy in specific are made.
Because, like, different colored cotton candy sometimes require dye in the mixture, and I'm like, just dump a bunch of blood in it.
Okay, but that's still sugar. Cotton candy is like all sugar.
It's like all sugar, but like, I don't think sugar. I don't know.
Okay.
If sugar would affect vampires on a fundamental.
Blood sugar.
Blood sugar. But I was like, if anything, I feel like that would just make it taste sweet. So I guess if you weren't into eating sweet tasting blood, you'd be like, damn, I really don't like this cotton candy business. But like. I wouldn't deny vampires cotton candy. That feels really petty.
Mean-spirited.
Yeah.
Some real adversarial GMing happening in the house.
Yeah.
Somehow worse than anything you've done to us thus far.
Yeah, I've teared people limb from limb in front of y'all, but I draw the line at cotton candy. Okay, we did everybody. So for an extra D10 on any roll, who wants to do the recap? Oh wow, you're real fighting for it, I see.
I'll do it.
I said so many words.
I'll do it. So last we left off, so we were stuck in a room with a bunch of cowardly guards, and what was her name? Mary. I'm blanking on Rosemary.
Yes.
Rosemary was there, and obviously grieving their child. And we have well, before that rewind, we got to meet Ava. Ava, who had ulterior motives to do in during the party. There was another type of predator there that Ava had their sights on. Unfortunately, as they were about to execute their prey, they were interrupted by another monster who stole their kill. Kill secure, as the gamers would call it, and folded that guy like a table, like laundry, and
Like a cheap hotel bed.
exactly. And as we went through, Ava joined us again, and we had a feeling that we were gonna get attacked the next evening as morning was approaching. During that whole time, we took shifts. There was a little bit of kissing. There was a little bit of camaraderie, and when we awoke, we kind of heard the child that was murdered and their voice. And this sloth creature was mimicking the voice. And as they attacked Rosemary, we got the fuck out of there and got to the East Wing, and were ambushed by Caterpillar thing, and kidnapped two of our beloved party members, Umami and Frankie Tomato. And unfortunately, whether they are alive or not, we are not sure. But the three of us need to survive, and if we can save our friends, we will. And if not, it is what it is.
Is it?
What it is. Now we're going to open a few, honestly, actually, a day before. A day and several hours as all the guests are slowly filing in to the main hall, ballroom. That's what it was. We see further east towards where essentially the big box was being rolled in to the room. We see a few, I would say, miscellaneous figures at first, as they just blend in with the human staff members, dressed as little angels and whatnot. We see this brown skinned man walk up to someone currently fixing their face makeup, as in kind of applying more of this gray stone colored, marble colored face paint with a bit of shimmer, to it. There's some glitter to it, and he's just fixing up some of the parts that are like creasing inwards a bit. Some setting spray would have done a bitch good, but like when you're covered in paint and then so many fluorescent lights, you're gonna sweat. So this is touch up, really. This the brown skinned man, who is currently dressed up like a little dapper angel. Like he's wearing like I would say your standard waiter attire at a fancy restaurant, fancy catering business, except those shitty little dollar store wings that you'd put on children. So it really looks too tiny on this person's body. Not that they're even that big. It's just this is an adult man. I would not call them a twink. I think they are like at least twunk material.
A twunk.
So yeah, at least a twunk. So it's like we're not like like toothpick, but we're definitely not like, we don't go to the gym. We're just, I would just say, average. So averagely broad shoulders and height and whatnot. The idea of this dollar store fairy wings or angel wings look a little out of place, really out of place, honestly, on this person. and they're wearing a cute little mask, also dollar store probably attire. And they not really pat, but they alert the painted figure and go, "We're ready to go in 5. Do you need me up on the 3rd floor?" The figure turns, and we all know the sexy Lucifer statue, Cuban. And he goes, "Yeah, actually, it'll probably be safe for you up there. Everybody else knows what to do?" Dark skinned man goes, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your sister's in place. Everything else is in place. You just gotta wheel in that big box. Do we really have to put it in a box? It's Isn't it too obvious?" Lucifer goes, "Chauvinists love a big box. Even if it's an ugly one. You put a bow on it and they think it's a present, they won't know shit." The angel just nods. Goes, "Okay, whatever you say. Well, I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you." Before he goes, Lucifer just goes, "Wait. Do I look okay? Like, realistically, do I look okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, you look fine, bro." And he goes, "That's kind of gay, bro." And that's it. Then we pan back away from "that's kind of gay." Forward in time, past, I would say, essentially the remnants of a massacre, back to where we left off on our final closing scene. Same Lucifer statue, though now uh, he should have wiped off this paint realistically
Hmm.
like several hours ago. Now it's most like if it's off, it's because of sweat. It's because of just general rubbing the skin. To also reveal some very nice brown skin, lighter in tone, um, as he kind of just runs a towel through his hair. That was also painted for the look. As if you've ever seen the human statues in public, they paint everything. They got to keep it all stuck together for the look, but paint in the hair is painful. But as he rubs some of it out, it's showing his natural black locks, not locks like dreadlocks, more like just locks like hair, kind of thick, falling down a bit. As he haphazardly wipes his skin down, but also puts on more clothes. So the best way to put it is this little bodysuit thing that he's wearing, that is very reminiscent to just spy gear or Mila Jovovich in Resident Evil movies. It's just kind of black leather and hot. But it's mostly hot because I want it to be hot. Maybe he does too. You know
Fair.
what? No, he's like, "I'm here for something, and I'm also okay looking hot while doing it." So he's wearing one of those. He's wearing one of those. But it's definitely gonna get messy on the inside just because, damn, that's leather. That's leather
Yeah, it
on
is.
skin. He's gonna sweat. All the paint's gonna come off. This is like you gotta burn the suit afterwards. I don't think dry cleaning is gonna help at all. But he's kind of putting this on. I would say like he's late for an important dinner. His other friend sitting in the security chair, as there is a security room on the 3rd floor with all these screens showing off what's left of everybody, including where the rest of you ran into. He sits back, takes his mask off, and goes, I've got them in the main kitchen, the big one. It's on the 2nd floor, second top floor, 59. I don't know. Do you want backup?" And the Lucifer goes, no. I'll be fine. I've got my sister with me. It leaves his hand in a fist bump gesture. The other man meets it, tiny little fist bump before he goes. And now for the rest of you, we come to Marilyn's room. You just, I wouldn't say y'all got your ass handed to you. You were ambushed, and at least Ava was able to dodge nimbly away from the caterpillar monster. But you did see Mommy and Frankie get swallowed and taken. Um, I believe Chester used an ability so that way the monster would leave a blood trail. But Chester, you were also the one to see this monster go into a self-created hole. It's and for the record, it looked like a hole. It's dark and slimy.
I'm sorry, I'm just being juvenile and laughing at the word hold.
I mean, any hole is a hole. Drag race.
Where is this hole located, actually? To give us like a kind of like a narrative, visual narrative to it all.
Yeah, visually. So you could deduce that an air duct was here, but the size. Now I'm gonna make this nasty, but the girth of the caterpillar victim kind of monster definitely pushed it even more. So there's cracks in the foundation, but also this is an old building with modern like refurbishing, so it's a little weird is the best way to put it. You're not sure if like it's gonna hold up. Is it big enough for like let's say one of you to squeeze in? I'd say yeah if you really wanted to, except for Bear. I would not allow Bear into that hole. We couldn't even lube Bear up for Bear to fit into that hole. It's just not going. Your shoulders too broad.
Never say never. If you try hard enough, you can.
We could, but you could also get Bear stuck and like I don't know, spelunkers in a cave. Oops.
Fair.
That would be the saddest way for Bear to die in this situation, I have to say.
Yeah,
get
you'd
stuck.
be stuck. You'd be stuck. Realistically. Because this is these are one of these buildings where it's like, did they break a wall down and then add plaster and shit to make it this room bigger? Yes. Is majority of this building like fucking brick on brick? Yes. It's one of those weird mixtures where they're like, we're gonna keep the ancient foundation.
It's like a refurbishment of like a building.
Yeah, that's really the only way I can explain it. It's probably the 1 year out of like a solid 10 where parts of the building are not under some sort of construction, because you can't renovate the whole of a skyscraper. You gotta close specific parts off in order to do it. So I would say like the fact that not the entire skyscraper is, especially in Toronto, is not fucking under like renovation is a miracle. Union Station, we'll never see her again. We'll never. I don't trust shit. I don't think the construction workers trust shit either. I think the main reason why Union Station is still under construction is because nobody fucking knows how to get anywhere. It's gone. Every day is different.
I got a question. You kind of implied that there were other like mercenaries on this floor, right? Okay.
Definitely, I would say based on just you're technically a detective, right? So like, well, I actually for me, I would like you to make a intelligence or wits, your choice, and like literally anything that would work with you knowing your detective stuff, I would say.
Can I do intelligence and awareness?
Yep.
Okay.
Because theoretically, just based on your line of work, um, you would be able to put a lot of things together,
Mm-hmm.
or at least infer. Oh, but I will do like a reminder of things that
Or
you would know. Like you, the players, and your characters would know. You know that there's 4 monsters, like 4 confirmed, and no more than 4. You know that they feel like kindred, but they certainly don't look like it. You know that they are strong and actually unnecessarily big. I wouldn't say they're like, gargantuan size or anything, but like I would say if we were to use D&D system terms, y'all are medium and they are large, with only the caterpillar being huge, and huge as in length, right? So not,
okay.
yeah,
Um,
it's one of those things.
I spent a willpower and I got a 7.
7. So other things that you've noticed, and that you're able to put like two on two together. Clearly, this is set up. This was a premeditated event, 100% planned to trap all 4 barons. Um, you know all 4 barons for a fact. Okay, I know that our closing left off that included Maryland, but you, Lot, would not know Maryland's included in that, so I would say that's OOC knowledge, but not character knowledge. Character knowledge, you know all 4 barons. You can deduce that enough. Um, so that means there is a neutral enemy for them, and everyone else has been collateral. So the rest of you are collateral. You know that there are humans involved, but I would say, based on being able to read these chat groups, you can deduce that not every single human here is involved at all. You can guess a select group,
Mm-hmm.
including the 2 sweaty humans who were pushing the box in. However, you used your vitae on one of them, and you know that while they were prepared for something, they weren't prepared for what happened. So it's like there are some people now with levels in this plan's knowledge that you can think of. Like there's a chain of command here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did I deduce if there is somebody involved within this floor that I can separate?
Um, I'd say you know that you can probably firmly guess, like, and be pretty like sound in your guess that all barons have been captured, so somebody has led um, these monsters to where the remaining 2 barons were, which was
Yeah.
Rosemary, who was with you, and Marcus, who was downstairs. And you know that there was like a thin blood downstairs
Mm-hmm.
who was chatting in the group and basically going, they came, they saw, they conquered, they didn't touch me, I don't know what to do. So you know that there's someone in that room, I would say relevantly recently. Like you don't know if they've left or not by then because shit has happened.
I only
Um,
ask because I would like to maybe try and use my celerity to go in, grab them, and come back for Bear and Ava to do their thing.
Like you want to grab the person that
Yeah.
was text. Okay. Um, excuse me. I drank ginger ale, so I'm burping.
So good.
How does your celerity work again?
So I have fleetness, so I can move at dizzying speeds. That's what the book says. So I can add my celerity rating to non-combat dice pools.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to like snatch and grab somebody, maybe, and bring him back to this room, so we can do an interrogation, is my intention.
Is your intention okay? I say you could do that, but the issue is No, you do know that there is a like you figured out like a patrol pattern, I would say,
Yeah.
to the monsters based on your watch. That is another thing you would know. So theoretically, you could do it. The only time that the patrol, I guess I would say, was broken was when the sloth attacked you and when the
Yeah.
caterpillar attacked you. That was the only time it was different.
Yeah.
So you could go downstairs, knowing that the wolf and the bear are probably there. Um, though where I would say, based on the fact that you ran further east into the floor, you would probably run into the bear monster first.
Okay. If I know that we were gonna run in, I had a chance to run into a monster, I probably won't do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's more like a 50-50 because there's a chance that you can also straight up sneak past them or outrun them. It's more so the chance that there are 2 on 2 on every floor that you know of right now, and
Okay.
2 of them kind of know where you are. 1 left. So technically, this room is no longer safe, but it's definitely safe for the time being. Nothing is. This is for the rest of you. Nothing is coming towards y'all. Nothing is coming after y'all or moving in this general direction. And that caterpillar is gone. Like you can't even hear this bitch in the walls or anything. Like that's gone. It feels gone. I'm definitely saying like over table you're safe for now so you can make plans and shit. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try and recover myself because I got pushed back by this caterpillar thing.
Mm-hmm. I think
Yeah.
Bear got slammed, if I was correct.
Yeah. Bear totally got full slammed, and I think is fully like snarling and making these like really, really deep like growls, I think, as they like try to pull themselves off. They're covered in a disgusting slime, and they just watched 2 of their almost coterie get eaten by a caterpillar. And I think
got eaten.
yeah, and I think they like move a little bit without thinking, and fully just like smash into where that hole was, right? Like both of their arms like going in and trying to reach for obviously nothing. Like there's very much no chance that they're actually going to catch anything. But almost like a hound or a dog that's like has the scent of a rabbit trying to get into the hole, like you can see them honestly they try to reach and then they pull back and they just start slamming their fist against the wall, like trying to make the hole bigger and like cratering all of the like the pieces of plaster around it, as they just start like single mind focused like smashing into where their friends just disappeared off to.
Yeah.
Ava, what are you doing in these moments? I would say.
Ava is plotting, honestly, because she didn't get hit, so I'm not like worse for wear in any real way. I am distressed about our friends, but more in a way of, okay, how many of these buildings am I going to have to burn down to get them back as quick as possible, sort of way. I am kind of admittedly thinking about how much damage I can do to this entire building and how fast.
Marilyn is still with y'all, though I will say that she is probably the most covered in slime, because what happened was after Mommy got swallowed, she ran to try and pull them out, and then this thing belly flopped on her, and essentially walked all over her. So she's covered in slime. Her hair is probably sticking up in wacky ways, and you ever see somebody like you're like, wow, the eyes say snap, but the face says customer service smile? That's what's happening right now. And Marilyn is I would say slipping and sliding as she's trying to move. So she's like holding on, like anything she can grab reluctantly. She's holding on to because everything's so slippery. And she will just go, punching the wall is going to get you nowhere.
Bear turns around like they're gonna like turn, and there's like, I think just their whole face is kind of like halfway cracked open with like a little bit of bear fur like coming around the ruff of their neck. Their hands are like a little bit too big and like starting to sprout fur along the knuckles. And they snarl at her before realizing kind of like who she is and like coming back to themselves after getting smashed on the ground. Fuck. Where did they go? Does anyone have any eyes on them? Sense on them?
If mommy's anything phone didn't get digested, I have a backup phone with a little tracker app. But I'm not going to touch it right now. I don't want to touch anything right now. I'm going to jump in a shower and let any fucker come in. That's fine. We're all sharing now. I'm going to clean myself from this. I don't even know what this is.
Hey, Marilyn, that's actually not a bad idea at all. You're gonna hate this, but we're like out of ideas. So, you might actually have just made yourself very good bait. Take a shower and let any fucker come in.
Wonderful. Excuse my tone. It is not directed towards you.
No, I didn't take it as such. I figure it's directed towards the big fucking caterpillar. Go off, bestie.
Aki, remind me again. This is me trying to recall. The caterpillar opened up into like something, and there was like an actual person-like figure that grabbed our friends, right?
Yes, so the caterpillar, in a very sea slug manner, has a thing, like a little fucking arm, I guess you could say. But in this case, that extra appendage, if that tongue-like appendage is a straight-up human body, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
you saw them, like that's a person.
So it's
That is
kind
the
of like
most
what you would describe as kind of like the caterpillar is kind of like a shell opens up and like kind of person. Okay.
Yeah. The only other way I can describe it in terms of like what would be very visually like, media, in Resident Evil, they often have a lot of bosses that have the part you're actually supposed to hit inside the boss.
Yeah.
And they just come out at random.
Yeah.
Like Salvatore from Village.
Yeah.
So that is a very good visual reference. The only other, but yes, you're basically right. And it's I would say also just based on the fact that you have two people covered in it, and you're also in a room that is, the room itself is very big. It's actually multiple rooms, right? But there's a large center portion of it also covered in slime, and so you can tell that the slime is, well, one, like just secreted like natural oils type of thing, but it has a slime, and two is the main reason why it's so fucking fast. It's literally like water sliding its way. It's just very good at controlling its entire body as it essentially just forces itself to go in a direction. So, like, theoretically, I feel like with your 7 roll too, I'm pretty sure it's like if you were to make it run, like chase after you fast enough, and then you make a sharp turn, it probably can't turn sharp enough, but it'll catch up, so like going
It'll like
straight down.
Tokyo drift before it will get to.
Yeah. So like shooting straight down, unless you're fast enough, like a hallway, probably more dangerous. Making a turn, that's your favorite.
Okay.
It's also girthy, so there's tons of things around it, I would say.
That being said, after hearing what Aurora mentioned, I mean Ava suggested, I don't think that's a bad idea.
I have a very good bad idea.
I don't think anything is a bad idea right now, Ava. What would it be?
So that thing is slippery and wet, to use awful words for it. You know what stops slippery and wet? Heat. Lots of it. And, Marilyn, I'm so sorry about, like, whatever's gonna happen within the next few hours, but I feel like the deposit and this place in general was fucked already, so I'm not that worried about it. I'm proposing we lure literally all of them to Maryland. And we just, I'm not sure with what, but we do essentially firebomb the fuck out of them. Every flammable material, object we can find, we stuff it into Marilyn's room. Make Marilyn's room the powder keg.
There's a risk.
There's a lot of risk, I'm aware.
It's a decent idea, but the risk, us being cognizant enough to be able to function around fire. The beast is not much of a fan.
Two things.
No.
One, you do remember it was Umami who was kind of hyperfixated, I believe, on it. You do remember that they theorized that the blood could be flammable. Not your blood, their blood, because it smelt akin to gas, but sulfur, but like, it was wrong, is the best way to put it. It was wrong, but that was something that Umami was very hyperfixated on.
Didn't Umami have like a sample?
Yes, but that would be on them.
I was gonna ask if I could search around if they dropped it or anything, but
you know what? Yeah, give me a roll. Though I did roll for something for Marilyn, and so Marilyn has succeeded, and she'll just go. She'll hold up one finger and just go, this way, all of you.
2 successes.
You're not. Yeah, you definitely don't find it. Like, you look for it. I would say like a cursory glance through the room and through where like Umami last was. That thing just swallowed them whole. Left. It's definitely big enough for if it were to fall out of the pockets, scoop that up too. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. But Marilyn is ushering you all further inside, to essentially where the sleeping chambers are, and she got that big double queen size bed. All of you could fit on it comfortably, and Frankie and Umami, if you just wanted to spoon, like, and it would be enough. Like, she got that big bed, velvet sheets, all that stuff. Everything in this room is actually very. It looks akin to, like, I would say like a safe house, but like if a safe house was glamour and comfy, actually. Tons of like posters and stuff of things that she likes from like Marilyn Monroe. You definitely see a signed Madonna poster and like a bunch of other things as well. Obviously, like things like jewels, so many shoes, other things. Like the walk-in closet was where the caterpillar monster yeeted and fucked up. Her bedroom also counts as an additional closet. So it's like there's so much space. And then she will open up this like linen cabinet, which you will see the showers like right beside it. Like, this is like, I guess you could say, like entering a bathroom area. and like lo and behold, 2 shelves full of hairspray. And
Thank
she
you.
slaps like one hand on the wall and the other hand underneath her, like, I don't get my hair the way I want it to be without a whole fucking can. Be my
This-
guest.
This makes this 10 times easier. Chester, I was gonna say there's a bunch of risk here. However, we don't need a lot of fire to start a big one. One singular flick of just a matchbox match will get us there if we set ourselves up right.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying, if we do this, we can't just do this outright. We need to have an exit strategy, not be stuck with them, fearing and frenzying on the floor. I agree with you. Yes, of course.
Double and triple check our plans. But I think that's a rough outline, at least.
Of course.
I agree. I think that they should get what's fucking coming to them at this point. And if that means a face full of fire, then I'm fine with that.
What if we took the fire to them? Way. Ooh. This fits quite well with what I was going to say.
And Bear takes like a can.
If I have my way, you'll get to make them suffer.
We know that there's an anglerfish on the top floor. We go up just a little bit further, light their shit, and then head back down. Burn everything in our way.
Even better. Send them a little present up the elevator.
How many elevators come to this floor? Like, are there multiple? Like, if we destroy one elevator, is there another we could use? That's my big question.
Yeah, is there like a freight, or is there like a service elevator as well?
So Marilyn will straight up go, we got your standard 3, like for residential use. This floor and the penthouse, most regular guests don't come to, but the elevators do go up here. And we do have a service elevator down the hall. Down the hall, when she says and she points, I will say, Ava, that is the rough area that you were.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like if you were to, like, let's say you were back in the room. You were to step out, and then you were to turn the other way, not where, it connects to the other rooms, other halls, and where your target ran before getting snapped. You're pretty sure, like, that is where she means, if there is a service elevator somewhere there. It's probably, like, I would say, conveniently disguised as another door, similarly to how garbage chute rooms and stuff are disguised as other doors to fit with the aesthetic. That's probably what it is. Oh, and as Marilyn kind of says this, she will, like, look kind of around her room, and just, she already looked frazzled, I'll say that, okay? She looked a little, like, uncanny with how she was trying to maintain her smile the whole time while being frazzled. But now her smile just drops straight up. And she doesn't look unhinged, per se. She looks just, I would say, like, this is a very upset woman, and she'll just go, my things have been moved.
Huh.
Your things? What things?
She just gestures kind of like behind you there, and it's more miscellaneous things. It's like, this is like a vanity, I would say. There's jewelry, there's makeup and stuff. And, well, Bear, do you have a vanity like this at home? They
No,
probably
they use puddles to look at themselves in the woods.
Just the side mirror, the truck side mirror.
Yeah, the truck
Yeah.
with the
This,
rear view.
yeah, this is that sure is nice. That sure is a mirror with no silver in the making. You know, like one of those things. Um, I would say that like Ava that would probably for sure know that
Oh yeah.
makeup holders are a thing. You know, I'm sure
Yeah.
some people like will put brushes down, makeup brushes down, all that kind of stuff. But you know, a particular bitch would never ever put their makeup brush down on the goddamn actual like vanity thing. It would go back up or on a piece of, like a cloth or something like that. So that way it doesn't spread all the powder and stuff.
Yeah, because it'll get absolutely everywhere.
Exactly, exactly. And you know how expensive makeup is, too. Like a broken palette or like anything like that is just kind of like really I would say it can be pretty heartbreaking if you've ever seen those really bad straight couple prank videos where they just douse a girl's like entire makeup. Like that's thousands of dollars. I'm just fucking saying.
Yeah, we can't get down that tangent.
we can't. But makeup is expensive, and so people with makeup put away their things. Usually, you gotta. And Marilyn does not strike you as someone who wouldn't. Her stuff is out in the open, all of it. There's nothing in the holders or anything, and it's kind of I wouldn't say it's clear that someone walked in and started looking for things, but it's out, and none of the drawers are like open. But if you were to go and open one, you would see that the things in the drawers are also kind of like I would say, zhushed
Disheveled.
around, yeah, disheveled.
Hey, Marilyn. What the hell would someone who wants something with the Barons want with you?
Well,
I don't
I'm
like that you had to well.
well, I mean, there's quite a few things. I'm definitely older than some of the barons.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been here for a while. I've been here since there were princes. So there is that. I won't say I don't have enemies. What kind of girl doesn't have enemies?
Is it
You're a
because
gorgeous girl.
Is it because the fact that you run this place gives you an amount of power? Despite neutrality, of course.
I run a lot of things, including very, very good smuggling rings.
Fuck.
What?
They're trying to. Fuck!
Yes.
I'm sorry I just said fuck 3 times, but they're trying to create a power vacuum. They're trying to create a power vacuum. And that brings me to my next point. Hey everybody, start grabbing hairspray cans and start spraying. We need to create a failsafe. I'll be honest.
While I hear that, can I make a check of, like a politics check to maybe figure out if I've heard anything on my travel going up north about, like, I just came from a Camarilla related city, and I have to pass by a few more. Have I heard something that the Camarilla wanted to do something to Toronto?
Yeah, do intelligence and your politics. Anybody else who wants to attempt that, you can also do that as well. And if your character is actually from Canada, like I will give you an extra D10 bonus. You don't necessarily have to keep up with politics. It's more like if your character's from here, I feel like you would have been around.
That's a 7 with a messy critical.
7 messy critical, okay? 1 success?
One success from Old Bear. They just drive the truck. They don't know what they're talking about.
I'm not even gonna make this roll, I'll be so honest.
That's fine, that's fine. Bear, I will say, like, the only thing that you can really pick up on is, like, you are well aware that not everywhere is, like, anarch in Canada. you've definitely come across, you've probably have driven into Camarilla territory, but whatever business you had, you were given usually proper documentation to ward off anything, and you've definitely taken jobs for Camarilla as well. Like, so it's more like you're just well versed in terms of like, this is basic. You can't expect a whole country to be under one rule anymore. Like, it's a little absurd. Now with that messy critical though, and those many successes, Chester. So all of Canada is split up into different um, ruling factions, um, and it's not even that. It's like there's different factions all over the place, and then there's also areas that are straight up factionless and uninhabited by vampires. And I would say that is when you go up way up north, closer to the territories, because Canada has provinces and territories.
Mhm.
And the territories, obviously you can guess, are super fucking cold. And it's like, the best way to put it is like, if people would just go try to rule me, I'll just keep going, I can survive, you can't. It's just a straight up, that's it. The further north you go, the harder it is. I would fight if there is a fucking vampire somewhere in Alaska. Fuck y'all. Like, just what are you doing, eating the seals? Like, please, no thanks. um, but like, yeah, further up, almost no, like, if there are vampires, they're factionless, they're freewheeling, like, their lives up there. Other places, definitely spotty. It's like Camarilla, Anarch, Camarilla, Anarch, 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 Camarilla, really big right in the middle, tiny Anarch. It's like, it's all over the place. In terms of if they were planning to do anything to Toronto specific, you probably at some point in time were either given a history lesson or you chose to read up on your own. So you know that the last time Camarilla had any actual presence in Toronto was back in 1998, in which there were 6 princes. Because Toronto was split up into 6 districts, and then was reevaluated and split up into 4. So there was losing territory, and because there was, and this was done by humans, like the humans ruling, and because of essentially the loss of territory, that was kind of like the final push for the Camarilla to be like, I don't want to be here anymore. Were there faction wars? Yes, absolutely. They were being pushed out regardless. This was sort of like a willing push. They chose to leave after that, rather than stay and fight humans and vampires. So they left. And now it's like 2023, so it's been a strong Anarch rule ever since. But you haven't heard of Camarilla planning to attack Toronto again. Things you have heard, though, are Camarilla being upset by just how many Thin Bloods have been showing up in Toronto. There's been a significant increase in the past 5 years, and then past 10 years. So 10 years is that kind of glowing mark of when the Thin Bloods started to make up like a legit like population, notable population increase. And then the past 5 years, there's been an absurd amount of Thin Bloods actually.
And
And that's concerning to basically just Camarilla in general. Like, where the fuck are they coming from?
and then there was an instance where in the group chat, Thin Bloods were a part of this group chat, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Chester's going to deduce this power move is, I think the reason why Maryland is definitely in danger is they want not only to create a power vacuum, but to take over the full bloods. All the Thin Bloods are trying to take over. And I relay this, obviously. I'm like telling this to the group. They're trying to eliminate us. They can roam free.
Bear's brow kind of furrows at this. I don't understand. Why?
In different
What would be
cities.
the point?
In different cities, mine in particular, we've come to accept them. Accept Thin Bloods. I personally think that they're above us. They're the next step. But some don't. Some still think that they're a sign of the apocalypse, sign that the antediluvians are here to take back their power, and through them they will do so by consuming all of us. And obviously fanatics can do a lot of things when they're really scared. We've seen insurrectionists in different countries and coup d'etats, and these can happen real easy.
Wait. This is Marilyn kind of just going, wait. Very fun theory. Honestly, probably has some ground, but Toronto's been very great with Thin Bloods. It's more like they're coming out of nowhere. I assumed it was a refugee thing. We're always taking the refugees in.
And I think, not to put this in a
assumed-
negative light, but I think a little bit of those Thin Bloods might have poisoned the well and given them ideas. The locals.
See, I almost think it's the other way around. Everything that's been done here, like actually done, as per usual, reeks of old fucked up magic. What we've seen doesn't feel like Thin Bloods trying to cause an insurrection. It feels like someone trying to re-establish a status quo.
Ava, I'm gonna ask you to make me choose any mental stat you want, and then you can make insider awareness.
Alrighty. We are going to go with awareness. I want to say resolve because it's my best stat, but I can't figure out a good argument for it.
Your gut feeling, you stick to your gut.
Gut feeling. That actually. Thank you.
Exactly. You have your beliefs, you stick to it.
That's 5 successes.
You remember that the target that you came here for was a child trafficker. You remember that he specifically targeted kids from the West End. And when you've brought this up, you've probably have heard of like a couple other things just through the general grapevine of knowledge that has been passed around from looking at the conversations in the text chat to when Frankie was spilling his guts about mesmerizing the Baron's thin blood wife, down to her name being Stephanie, the one name that the target could remember. You're pretty sure that they're trafficking humans and turning them into thin bloods for something.
Fuck. They. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
I
that
do
in
relay that
mind,
to you all.
Aki,
Mhm.
this whole sense that Bear has gotten, because Bear was the one who was like, that's kindred, right?
Yeah.
Are they turning Thin Bloods into monsters? Is that what
Yeah.
they're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure
Okay,
your
cool.
gut
That's
says
kind of
they
where I
are.
was.
You're very certain. I would say
And
all
there's-
three of you.
There's two ways that they can probably do it, either from flesh crafting, or they can have some form of alchemy that turns kind of in, like, remember that movie Power, where there's the drug and then they just like turn into like weird animalistic things.
I hate that example is so accurate and correct. I
know.
I've never seen a movie before. I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you seen the Arcane TV series? Shimmer works very similarly. Shimmer the drug.
What are you all talking about
I
right
have
now?
This might actually work for C. C, did you watch Madoka Magica?
Oh, Bear has never seen a TV show.
Bear has never
Me
seen.
see, I know what's going on.
Okay.
Bear's never seen
Okay.
TV.
It's fine, Bear. Remember those disgusting Tsumitsu that just can basically do what you can do, but grosser?
Yeah, sure.
It's either they have someone, Tsumitsu, on their side, or they have a formula that can not necessarily pick and choose, but give them a random maybe state or attribute of some form of animal. How they do it, I still don't understand. A lot of it is random.
At that, Bear's lip like curls again, and it pulls the scar on the side of their face very taut, like again, kind of like flashing over that like a bear eye flashes like through their face, like once more.
Bear,
No one should
deep
have to
breath.
transform if they don't want to. It's fucked.
I agree.
Beyond fucked, in fact.
I don't care if we burn it. I don't care if we go in there guns blazing. I don't care if we go in there and never come back. I'm not leaving here without getting Frankie and Umami back. And they kind of look at Marilyn out of the corner of their eye. And I'm not leaving here without tearing those things limb from limb and putting them out of their suffering.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's imperative that we can get our friends back.
Absolutely.
And
The
once
question
we
is
can,
how.
this is true. I'm just gonna relay, like, I did wound one. I did wound it. I'm not entirely sure whether or not damaging its shell can make it bleed. It seemed that it had something in the one that
You
we
said-
really wanted was inside of its shell. So
That's kind of Okay, it would take a lot out of me, but there's something I can do that might help us out. Fucked up how I got it, but I've been studying Oblivion stuff, so.
it's fantastic.
Just point me at it, and I won't stop swinging until it's dead.
Wait. And Marilyn is just gonna like think about some things and then basically move to like a corner of the room, and it's pretty much like it's like a jewelry display case on the entire wall, I would say. Kind of cool looking when you think about like just like general setting and how like it is attached to the wall, but like it's also got glass. She can like open it and whatnot. And she's going to she has this like mannequin head that also looks like Marilyn Monroe, and it's a little fucked up, but she pushes its head all the way back till it makes this audible snapping noise, and there's a button, and then she hits the button, and the whole
It's the
display
Batcave.
case turns, and now it's not the most impressive armory or anything you've
Are you
seen,
Batman?
but it's
I thought it was maybe going to be a sex dungeon, but that was never mind.
It could have been.
That
It's
feels like a good
50-50.
guess. Yeah.
Marilyn will just point to the other side of the room where there's another display case, and then she'll put her finger to her lips like, lady doesn't tell.
I'm
But
so
yeah,
sorry you're about to lose your cool sex dungeon.
I've got to. Nope, I'm not going to say it. The weapons. There's a few things. It's not like a crazy amount, but there is like. she looks at y'all. She goes, "I believe in gun safety, but," and she has this like really big, fucking nice looking shotgun, but it's pink.
I take the pink shotgun immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she'll point to specific rounds. She has their like the best way to put it is that they are armor piercing, and it says that on the box. And you can tell that she kind of wrote over the box because she didn't approve of the branding. So it's armoire piercing. Okay. There's a few other things. There are knives. There is a little pickaxe thing that she likes that has a nice diamond encrusted hilt. And she will look at you all, goes, "That one's mine." Branding, and there's like other miscellaneous things. So if there was like a little pistol rounds, which she will take unless someone else wants like a pistol. And she's taking that for.
I will also take the pistol.
You're gonna take it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have a lot in firearms. I set myself up for this.
Nice. But there's a few other weapons, and she does have some classical Chinese weapons, though you cannot tell if they were made for use or for display. They're just there. But she does have these really fun looking brass knuckle sets, and she'll give it to Bear, and she'll be like, "Because you're so good with your hands."
Thank you. And Bear will kind of like, touch like the underside of her hand as they take the brass knuckles and slide them on.
I'm so glad that you're both slimy too. Like it's you don't mind it. And then she'll go, "And now we're going to take the fastest 5-minute shower you've ever seen, because I'm not going to kick ass. Well, I'm made for a fucking water slide. Bye." And
Right, I'll join you.
Yes, you will. Yes, it's open. I'm so tired. I can't even be fun flirty. Get the fuck in there.
Chester doesn't partake in the shower, but does take tries to like find something to like change into.
Yeah, there is. So Marilyn will point. She's like, "Unfortunately, it's either in here or it's in the giant walk-in closet that the caterpillar broke into." But there are stuff that she's like, "You can take what you want. You can wear what you want. Like it's a free for all for everybody. And if you can fit in some of her stuff, amazing. If not, she actually has umami sized clothes in here too, because there's sometimes umami is just a mess."
I think Chester and Umami have the same size, so like Chester's just gonna take like an all black ensemble.
Truly, I think Bear would be the hardest to find, but like, don't worry, I have a plan.
I have an idea that I would like to posit, and that is a pink, a pink nightgown that is like fully like a full dressing robe with feathered sleeves, feathered cuff. Yeah.
And a pink shotgun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One, yes, you can totally wear it. Two, Marilyn has more than one in multiple colors.
Exactly.
Sometimes
I knew who I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would I be like? I could be the classical widow coming down from the steps, or I could be the widow bathed in blood because it's red coming down the steps, or I could be the widow by the ocean side because it's baby blue coming down the steps. Yeah, like you get it. She's got tons of those. She's also got
a color
like,
story going on. I get it.
Exactly. She's also got like fun little gym wear, I would say. It's more like tracksuits. Like the one where it's like juicy right across the ass. Right?
Give Bear the tightest pair of juicy sweatpants to wear. I'm literally begging you.
It's flexible.
Mm-hmm. It's flexible, it's expensive, it's designer, and the best part is it somehow fits the whole suit. Okay, like so you get it's like the zip up tracksuit type of thing, so you can totally wear it and have fun. She also has like she will give you a couple like oversized shirts and stuff like that, and it'll be like, "Don't ask where I got these or why I kept these."
I'm imagining on Bear's frame, it's just like it's oversized, but because Bear's so big that it's just a crop top, tight crop top at this point.
Really tight crop
Fully.
top with the pecs
Fully.
happening. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving.
No, you look like an 80s boy toy right now, and that's great. That's wonderful.
Bear's like, am I seriously gonna kill a bunch of fucked up monsters wearing this?
Bear, look at me. Look at me. Yes, you are going to kill a bunch of fucked up monsters looking that hot. Yeah.
Or you could wear nothing at all. I'm okay.
Marilyn, that's impractical.
We're
We'll see.
vampires. A lot of
I might
things
need to
are
shred it.
impractical.
We'll see.
So, Marilyn, speed showers will just wear probably something. I'm gonna say it's semi-practical, because it's probably she probably wears like a loose, but it's a business suit. Like she wears a blazer and everything, but it's not like a button blazer. It's just you put it over like a tank top and like proper little dress pants. And then she's wearing, I don't know, vintage Jordans. Like, let's go.
Hey, leave me alone. I have this exact outfit in my closet. Leave me alone. Aki, you've seen me wear this outfit.
It's giving girl boss, but like on the run.
Yeah, I think I'm glad that Umami has like very like utility wear. And it's just Chester hates streetwear, but he's now in like utility cargo pants in Doc Martens and in like kind of like a turtleneck.
Yep.
And he's just like looking at his like new like get up, and he's just like, okay, I guess this works.
Hey, Chester, come here. Chester, come here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one thing. I pull a pair of scissors from nowhere. They will not be seen again. Don't worry about it. And I cut the sleeves off. I cut the sleeves off the turtleneck just immediately.
And he just like pulls the sleeves off. And you now notice, like, just to add effect, this turtleneck is also shorter than he realized it was.
It's giving.
It's
giving the best Leon yes Kennedy mod.
Yeah.
It's giving call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Yep.
Bear comes by and kind of like wobbles and then pauses and like turns to look down at you and goes,
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
You look pretty great yourself.
You both look so hot.
Marilyn, do you have anything to eat in here?
Do you eat regular food or organs?
Do I eat organs? I don't know.
There is like a feat that you could have taken that allows you to eat
Organivore,
organs. Yeah. And like obtain substance from it.
I eat hitchhikers and Uber drivers.
Well,
you will be fed in Toronto.
well, if we act now, we can probably grab something on the way. And gives you like a smirk, kind of implying that there's a lot of humans around right now, and let's make them regret them working with these fuckers.
Hell, we could get it delivered to our door.
I mean, I consider all of them hitchhikers at this point.
You know what? I've been craving McDonald's. Let's grab and go.
Don't forget what these eyes do.
I will say it's been a couple hours that you have kind of stayed in here, and I know you were doing things, but and this room has like double doors and stuff. But I feel like none of y'all would have like, I don't know, become so distracted, minus when you were all changing, that you would like, let's say when people are going to shower, nobody would like pay attention to the door or the hole in the wall.
I would
So,
be on watch. Like I would
yeah.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how I was saying.
Ava
I
would
was
not
gonna,
let her eyes leave the door.
yeah. So like nothing happens. Okay, is the best way to put it. Nothing happens. Occasionally you hear things though. You would have definitely heard the loud, slow stomping kind of turn the corner. And you can deduce, as you've run into this bitch twice now, that would be the sloth monster, because it's not heavy.
Yeah.
But it sure as hell take like a minute to move. Like you're doing it on purpose. And sometimes you can feel it on the wall, like you can feel the impact against it. So it's like maybe touching walls to help it move.
Are they doing the mimicry thing like they did with Rosemary?
Sometimes. It would be Mary's voice again, where you hear like, like come out and play, just something like that. Kind of 100% like edging y'all on, like it's like like this motherfucker picking a fight. You would also probably hear footsteps, just regular footsteps. And I feel like around this time is when you would all like take the time to be particularly quiet. Though the double doors help when in general, because if it were like humans, they probably cannot hear you at all unless you were like really blasting it. But you do hear a few footsteps and a few regular voices mumbling, like you should check here, okay, sounds all clear. And in fact, they sound like they're on like walkie-talkies or something like that. You hear the static, the familiar beep of something turning on and off, and then they'll turn down. But it's sort of like you get the feeling that they'll probably be back, like patrolling wise. That's what it
Before
sounds like.
they left, before these patrol left, can I actually do what I was hoping and use my celerity to kidnap one, bring them back to the room, and interrogate?
Okay, so I'll give you this part for free when you like, let's say, look through the peephole, right?
Yeah.
Because opening the first door to the room does it like it's totally fine. You don't have to be extra careful for it. It's the second door that actually leads back into the hallway that is a bit more be careful about it. So you can look through the like peephole and you can see that these guys are walking. They full tactical gear. They look like regular adult human size. 2, probably that that a SWAT team wouldn't carry giant sticks like on their hips or whatnot. And 3, they're in duos. When I say full tactical gear, I mean like their face is covered with some sort of mask. And a like a ski mask and then another mask, because like it's sort of like you see the fabric go down the neck type of vibe. And then there's like a vest. It's sort of like a way to cover their neck, but also so that way they don't overheat. I will say you can see the weird mist stuff and all that too. So there's something else going on that you just haven't been able to fully figure out yet. But they look like Solid Snake, honestly, if you put on more things on them, including like goggles and masks and extra gear. But they are in 2s, and these guys I would say look prepared. You can attempt it, but
when I see that they're in 2s, I turn to Bear. It's like, Bear, I didn't know that you ordered delivery.
Oh, like I said, Uber Eats, right?
Is 3 a crowd or is 3 a party?
It's always a party.
Party.
I am going to open the door.
I'm armed with like 2 cans of hairspray, by the way.
Yeah.
I have a plan.
But these, I kind of note to you both that they're human. I assume. I open the door and I'm gonna kind of run and distract the one farther, so that Bear can take the closer, if that's possible.
I would say, for the celerity part, I would still require like a dex athletics.
Okay. And I
Right?
can
Unless you want to be quieter about it, then you can do stealth, and then you can add.
Oh no, that's exactly what I was hoping you'd ask.
Yeah.
And I get to add my celerity to that.
Yes, absolutely. The role is really
Yes.
just
6 successes. All successes.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And really, mostly, it would be easy for you to do it, because as you deduce that these are humans, so their reflexes do not match yours. And I just wanted to see if it's like, do you trip?
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
No, you get to your target the way you want to. You can zip past the other one in a perfect zigzag.
Yeah.
And you catch them before they really reach further down the hall too.
Yeah,
And now that
basically hoping to just get them off balance so Bear can easily just do their thing.
You got the surprise, that's for sure. But now that you're face to face, have you realistically, like your character, so this is an in-character question for you, have you ever run into a hunter before?
Yes. Lots of times.
Okay, so because I
like
was
Second
thinking,
Inquisition even.
I was gonna say I feel like you would just, I feel like vampire detective. You probably have seen some shit, like just like putting those into place.
I am explicitly in Toronto because of religious zealot hunters. I am explicitly in Toronto because of hunters.
Okay, so I'm gonna say from like a general standpoint, these guys look like, I would say, some sort of like military adjacent tactical team, just based on their gear and how they move. They are trained and they look trained.
So it's like Shellfish, you have to fight to get to the meat.
Yeah, yes. And you being face to face in front, so you can't see, you've seen behind, so now you're seeing the front. They are lightly geared, I would say, so that way they can still move better. But I would say this is the equivalent of a modern hunter, but a part of a group, because they look the same. I feel like
uniform.
It's uniformed. Yes, that is exactly the term I was looking for, because definitely there are vampire hunters, excuse me, that exist, that probably just wear fucking hoodies and jeans and just show up.
This is more organized.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's organized. They come prepared, but you have totally caught them off guard. They didn't hear you coming, and definitely didn't see you until you just appeared in front of them. And so there's still plenty of time for your friends and your super fast reflexes to get them before they grab their weapons.
Well, that's me. So I'm going to leave the fun part to my associates.
Bear stalks behind one of them, lumbering kind of in that surprisingly quiet way that huge animals can move through a forest. Like, they move with that kind of intensity and power, where they come along the floor until they're just right behind one of the two. They'll glance over at Ava, who I assume is also there, before just like grabbing the back of this person's like helmet, or tactical gear, picking them up and throwing them back down on the ground to just like crater them. You know what I mean? Just like up and bam, down onto the ground.
As you're like reaching towards them, I give them a wave. I wave to the guy that you're about to like slam on the ground.
Bear, I'm gonna need strength and athletics. Um, the the number of successes you need will be decreased just because element of surprise, baby.
All of my dice are falling all over me. Okay. 5 plus a crit, so 7 total?
Wow. You successfully grabbed this fucker by the combat vest is what I'll call it. Because that's basically what it is. And you slam him. You slam him in such the way the camera that's following you fucking tilts horizontal just to like follow the motion. And whatnot. You definitely feel like you cracked something. On the ground, whether it's the person or the floor. To which I think Marilyn will help you out here. And she brought the pickaxe, and she's just going to slam it into the person. She's aiming for center mass here. And grab onto something. You're not sure if it's flesh or not, because the guy does scream, but it's very muffled thanks to all the gear. And she will pull this guy in, pull him equally as fast as as the monsters were pulling people away. Ava, is there anything you'd like to do? There's technically one more person.
I have one question. It just answers what I do exactly. Is there any, just an ounce? I literally just need a speck of exposed skin.
A little
Like
tricky.
a gap between, say, sleeve and glove. Even that's all I need.
So I will say that these guys are pretty covered skin wise, like they were prepared for it almost. Hence why it's like here's the ski mask and then they wear a shirt on top, so it's like covering the skin folds and stuff. I think if you wanted to roll for a gap, that would make more sense. Sort of like, in the moment you find something, or hell, I would even allow if the roll was high enough that you could see in between the fabric and find the skin, because fabric has holes, sort of. So
It's okay. I have something else fucked up that I haven't gotten to do yet.
Go for it.
Let's be. Okay, so I'm just making sure I have exactly how I do this, right? That's so many dice for this. I am going to use the Arms of Ahriman again, which is my shadow tentacles, essentially, to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got to do... The cost is 1 rouse check. Why am I forgetting how to do a rouse check?
Just a regular D10. And
Thank
you
you.
need to get a 6 and higher.
That's a 9, so like, hey.
You don't get hungrier.
I don't get hungrier. And I need to make a wits plus oblivion roll. Essentially, I sneak behind the other guy and pull the tentacles as they are coming out of my back, this time from the shadows around us, to, not only just pummel the fuck out of him, but grab him from every angle, entirely disorient him.
Do you want to pull him into the room? Because I feel like that is something you could do.
Yes. Yes, okay. I do.
Yes. I don't even need to make you roll for it. These are fucking tentacles. These are these are tentacles. Not just tentacles. They are shadow tentacles. And this is a guy. This is a guy. This is like maybe 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks ago. But like sometime in their life, maybe they, I don't know, went to school and like had a job flipping burgers but like this is a guy goes to the gym on the
This is a
weekends,
dude.
has a book club, maybe. Like, I don't know, has recently picked up knitting. This is a guy.
Fuck
And
Todd.
and so just you grab him. He has no idea this wasn't a part of the job description, and yoink into I'll say the Maryland room. Let's just call it that. Other guy was also dragged into the Maryland room. Both your guys are there. Do you want to come back into the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You all rush into the room, closing the doors behind. Are you slamming the doors, or are you trying to be a bit more quiet?
Oh, we're being quiet. No.
Then,
I'm not holding anybody, so I'm just like just silently closing the door.
Thank you.
Then-
Yeah,
then
you're
just-
just
if you're
clearing our
gonna-
tracks.
Yeah, then I would just need a composure stealth.
Yeah. Sure.
Just for the sake of you're dealing with monsters that have better hearing than you. And these guys screamed as well, but I wouldn't say they screamed loudly because they're muffled.
4 successes.
Especially Tentacle Band. Yeah, you can do it just fine. At least find enough that where you're like, you took the time to close it. You know, like fucking in Corpse Bride when they all go get that guy at the end, and then the chef or whatever closes the door quietly enough where it's ominous as fuck. That is what you do. So to your knowledge, you've done it quietly because you've taken some time to do it. As you re-enter the room, all of you really, you will have noticed that the one that so tentacle grab boy, Tentacle Thomas, he's like the tentacle stay, make him sit still, like that kind of thing, right?
yeah.
So you have control of that. The one that they're like threw a beat down though, you can see he tries to get up. This is the one that Marilyn dragged in the room, and when he does kind of get up, he tries to go for a gun or something like that to his side, but like realistically,
I kick him in the chest.
Exactly, you kick him in the chest. Marilyn comes and just bonks him with the blunt side of the pickaxe, and I shouldn't even say blunt because that's the diamond studded.
No, just for added effect, my hands are technically still free, so I just grab his wrist very lightly and break it.
Exactly. We just
Free reign.
incapacitate. Yeah, this poor this poor guy. They're at your beck and call here. Speaking of, I would like a rouse check from just everyone now that you technically have 2 living humans in the room, and you've been through pretty adrenaline rushy stuff, including a revelation of the sorts.
I get hungrier.
Same.
I don't actually.
I think Ava's just here. You're just here. You're
She's
present.
here, you know?
Yeah, you're here. You're in the moment. You are the moment. You're just,
Yeah, I
you're
am.
just here. You're here. I think you see Marilyn kind of also like she looks at the pickaxe, very intently, and then looks at the people intently. She does get hungrier, but is very good at just making it look sexual. Honestly, it's like, damn, it's a steak. Damn, like that kind of vibe. The rest of you get hungrier, and I think now is a very good time to go on our break and figure out what we would like to do with these people. Yeah. We'll see you back in like what, 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about good. Alrighty. I will be back.
Hello, we're live. Look at it, I got everybody dancing. We are live and we're doing things. y'all left off with two humans two human hunters, I should say, um, in questionable tactical gear, at essentially at your mercy. Yeah. One of them, I will say, is more like groveling right now because one broke the wrist. Another one proceeded to wind him again, and Chester was there. So like there you go. Whereas
I'm just
the other
here to
one
look
is
pretty. Let's be honest.
I love it. No, you do you, okay? Be the little baby girl we know you want to be.
Exactly.
Whereas the other one is wrapped up with some shadow tentacles. So yeah, well, I believe you wanted to interrogate them first.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Bear kind of, after kicking, leans down over the one that they just kicked who got their wrist broken by Ava, and goes, "Welcome to the party. Where's your invitation? Don't you know this is an exclusive VIP event only?"
I'm gonna say you get one approvaling glance. Approvaling. Yeah, that's a word now. Approvaling glance from Marilyn, because I think at this point she's just glad someone remembered.
While this is happening, I'm being a gremlin and looking at their stuff. Just actually like stripping them down, taking their pants, like emptying for secret pockets and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so,
I'm just gonna leave them in boxers and like a tank top.
Yeah.
While Chester's doing that, especially the one that actually I have grips on, I am just standing with one foot, one stiletto heel on the chest,
Aye.
directly on the center mass of the chest. I have lethal body, and I'm just, keeping a foot pressed, not doing anything yet, but letting them fully know with the strength of my foot that I could crack their chest open if I need to.
Marilyn will choose to sit on one of the bar stools nearby and watch, because so her reputation precedes her in terms of just maximizing, perhaps even inventing the term girl boss. If you want to know a little bit more about her, or at least attempt to know a little bit more about her business practices, you could totally roll something like wits and awareness, or I'll allow wits and either awareness, insight, or etiquette, actually, as well. One of the three, whichever one you're better at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do wits and awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Is this also for the checking their pockets and stuff?
Checking their pockets will just straight up be a give me like resolve and awareness.
Okay.
Yeah, just because you're shaking them down. So 4 for Bear.
Oh, that's 3 for me.
And 3 for Ava. So on essentially your Maryland checks, you can recall Maryland is best noted for swiftly taking care of business. And she is more than okay with, let's say, losing a bit of leverage in order to handle her shit. So, for example, if you were to double cross her, she would still hire you to do a job. You're just not going to come back from that job. So it's one of those type of things. So she takes care of things, but she doesn't necessarily will get her hands immediately dirty. And so she is more than okay with y'all going to town and her simply watching. So she's not doing it out of like, I don't know, superiority or laziness. It really is how she works. Yeah, she's just like, why am I going to do it when y'all are more eager to do it? That kind of vibe.
It's a hierarchy thing, but it actually exists more out of mutual respect for what we like of the task.
Yeah, and you clearly want to do this. So it's
Mhm.
like, I clearly want to watch. It really is just that kind of vibe. So it's not a condescending thing. It's actually, honestly, right on the money. It's respectful with a hierarchy. What did you get for rifling through their pockets?
3 successes. I had to use a willpower.
I see. I see. Um, so when you go through things, you're gonna find your standard stuff. They have, I will say, um, they have shotguns rather than an assault uh, rifle type weapon. They're looking for power, but shorter range. So you can tell that they were like more than prepared to take you on closer. Hence why they're wearing technically less gear for the movability. You just really caught them off guard, is the best way to put it. Um, they carry with them stakes. Some of them are like crude, um, like stick ones. Like you can probably assume that they broke off of like furniture or whatnot just to have it at hand. Maybe because they were missing their other gear. On one of them, you're going to find, and probably when you touch it, it hurts you a little bit, or you're not going to take any damage. If anything, it'll be surface level, and you're fine once you eat. But it's going to burn a little bit when you touch certain things. They're made out of like pure silver, general things that will repel vampires in general. Like they're soaked, they're covered in it. You can just make wild guesses at this point. Um, and 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 you'll probably be right on the money. It's your standard. I'm here to hunt a vampire weaponry. Even their bullets are kind of made for that. Um, Actually, I would lie. Their bullets really are more like regular stuff. Maybe they have armor piercing, maybe they don't, because those are meant to incapacitate you while rather than kill you. They're gonna be up close to stake you to kill you. Um, they have one of them has a first aid kit, like a regular first aid kit. I think it's just on their person just in case. Um, you'll find a little walkie-talkie type of thing, radio piece. It's just your standard security earpiece type of thing. Their goggles are, I would say, they have a night vision mode. If they have, especially right now, everything's off. I would say right now, not necessarily the power, but just light bulbs have definitely been destroyed, and it is dark out. It's like they probably intend to keep it dark to lure y'all out. And there is shit like tear gas. Tear gas? Tear gas? No, not tear gas. Just general smoke grenades, I would say. My bad. I didn't mean to say tear gas. I'm like, what the fuck? I had a brain fart. And like one flashbang just for the sake of just for the COD players out there. I don't know. I like flashbangs personally. They're so random. But other than that, that's really what you actually find. And some, I will say, one of them has some like I would like jewelry or something like that. Like they're taking things off of bodies that they find, because at this point it's just miscellaneous jewelry.
I'm definitely gonna cop those walkie-talkies.
Now I will say, um, the walkies are not really hackable. Though
Oh, no,
I
no.
guess if you were someone like Umami, you probably could find a way, honestly.
Yeah.
But they are intact still.
Yeah, I just wanna keep them so I know what their moves are. Um, you know, like so I can hear the chatter on the radio.
Yes, and they come with an earpiece, which is why it's more muffled. So my suggestion, just over the table, would be to also take the earpiece.
Yeah,
So that
I'll
way
do
you're
that
not
as well.
like radioing your location
Exactly.
every time. Yeah, so you can do that, and this easily goes into a pocket or sticks onto your clothes because of clips. But that's what happens when you empty one of them out. Other than that, it's really just a regular fucking person. underneath.
Mhm.
Yeah, just start
I'd
literally.
like to make a roll to rifle through the stuff on my guy, because I honestly assumed Chester was rifling through Bear's guy, because
Yeah,
I
sure.
got mine so tied up.
Yeah. Then that's what did I say? Resolve and awareness. I think you're
Okay,
just shaking him down.
cool.
I'm literally picturing you shaking this guy down, but like holding him
Oh,
upside down,
fully.
attacking like a bully for the lunch money.
Alrighty. That's actually 5 successes with a crit, so 7 successes.
Oh yeah, you actually grab his wallet too. These cards aren't gonna matter real soon, but like you don't know what this guy's bank account looks like. It might be really nice actually. You're gonna find the exact same things, minus feeling burnt by the things that actually are vampire repellent. I would say. Actually, with a crit, I think you can deduce which little grenades are actually filled with like the equivalent of holy water in it, like a holy water bomb type of
Ooh.
thing. I shouldn't say a bomb. It really is like a little grenade. It would be impactful to an area and it would hurt. Definitely not to kill unless you turtle it. But like even then, I actually don't think it would kill you. It's just gonna really fucking hurt.
I wonder what would happen if I threw it in the almost kindred.
I wonder what would happen too. I can't remember actually, so it's a bit of actual curiosity on my end. My notebook is over there.
I do take one, to be clear.
Yeah, you can take it, and as long as it's in its container, you're fine.
Oh yeah.
But it would work just like a regular one. You pull off the pin, you throw. So
Sexy.
It is purposely made to be like looking like a regular. Actually, for all intents and purposes, these guys look like they could just fall under a general SWAT team type of thing. So they really are modernized. Actually, with that crit, if you rifle through this guy's pockets, you might find like an American license, like driver's license.
Yikes.
Canada has this shit. We ain't giving it to people. We are giving it to people. It's not our people. But yeah, we got stuff. Definitely imported. The hunters, but stuff like that.
That actually is more concerning and answers questions.
Mm-hmm. Now you have two hunters in their undergarments in different levels of incapacitated, but all conscious and aware. And I think you have a bunch of like general slurs hurled at you, like fuck you, vampire scum, blood suckers. Just the general terms.
I have an important question.
Mm-hmm.
Are they homophobic too? Are they homophobic back at us?
No, I don't think. I think one of them will be like, well, I think one of them will be like, "This is fucking gay, bro," and the other one will be like, "Don't say that shit. You're better than that, Todd." just something like that. Oh, it would be hilarious. One just like really on Asexual Awareness Day. Fuck, man. Let's just. I think if anything, it would just be gay on gay crime at this point.
Gay on gay. Yeah, it is gay on gay crime. That's kind of why I asked.
Yeah, it's 100% gay on gay crime. They'd be like, "This is gay." Don't say that, bro. About to die, but then you don't want that to be the last words you go out at. Yeah, I like him. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get really mean with this, huh? Are we going into eating time? Is my real question.
Oh, I'm
we
waiting
still have
for
questions to ask. Shit.
Yeah.
They're not getting a real answer from these guys about whether or not they had tickets. Kind of rolls their eyes as this banter is continuing, picks one of them up just kind of like by the body, right? They just like full palm around this dude's chest. Like their hand is just that big, right? And they just kind of pick him up from there. Like one hand grab, like you would a stuffed animal. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
and up. And shake him. Yeah, Aki, you get me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just palm out. Grab him. Hold him. Look at him. You're gonna tell me where you just came from, aren't you?
I would like a strength intimidation because you really did just grab a fella by the pectorals.
By the pectorals.
I did grab him by the pectorals. All right, let's see.
Not the pectorals.
4 successes.
I think you can see their face, so it's like they don't want to say shit. You know what I mean? Like that is the face. This is the face of defiance. But just maybe your thumb is just jabbing them in a really annoying area, like around the armpit-ish side. So it fucking hurts. And just after a few seconds, they just go, well, clearly we were hired. And I'm pretty sure you're not dumb enough to not know that this was planned.
Of course, you were hired. You know, it's interesting. Who would hire you to do something like this? I can only wonder, really? You feel like telling me? Or do you feel like getting a demonstration of how long my nails can grow and how fast they can pierce bone?
We don't have to do all that, Bear. You're either gonna tell us, or, and I think you're really gonna like this one, and I start digging my heel into the guy I'm standing on, or, fun fact, you're gonna watch them suffer. You are gonna die, but you're gonna watch them suffer. And then you're gonna tell us.
So I want C to give me again strength and intimidation, and I want Ava to give me charisma and intimidation.
Okay.
All the
Yeah.
while, Chester's in the
Could
back
I-
of his head is like, why is this oddly, oddly sexual
Could
and
I-
attractive?
Could I make it an argument for manipulation and intimidation? Because
Yes,
I'm trying
yeah.
to get what I want out of them. Cool, yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. And Chester, just for you, you don't need to make a roll. They both find you attractive.
Oh no, I mean like my friends are.
I know that, but like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm in an Adam Sandler mood, so I feel like
Fair.
I feel like the like, you know, it would be like a quick thought, like just damn, that guy's hot. Fuck. My I don't know, my pectorals. You know, just I
Oh
don't know,
no, my pectorals.
technically both of you be like,
Oh no, my
attacking.
pectorals.
You're
That's
both
gonna be a.
attacking
That's gotta be a shirt. That's gotta be a muscle shirt right there. Oh
So
no, my
that's-
pectorals.
That's 5 successes with 2 crits.
Nice.
Me too! Literally, 5 successes with 2 crits!
The power
Investing?
of gay,
Ooh, gay intimidation. Ooh, this
gay
is
intimidation. I think, besides the knowing glance of both of them finding Chester attractive, they will both share a look where it's sort of like, if they're looking like they're in denial, like not in denial, in defiance, it really is like a poker face, and y'all can kind of see through it, right? They're not happy. That you're hurting them. Of course, they're not happy, unless. But no, it's not that time. Not that time. So they just kind of reluctantly nod and agree to tell you things. So they'll go, fine, just let us sit up. And then the one that you have, it was just like, get your foot off me, man.
Okay. I still have them with my tendrils, so I really don't mind.
Yeah, no, it's fine. They just want to sit upright, and then basically I will give you both got 5 successes, so you both can ask 5 questions. That's how I'm gonna roll with it. That's the power of the yeah, the pectoral
I
plan.
mean, we're speaking with the dead right now.
This is also true.
This is
I
very
think-
true.
I think they know it on some level as well. They're kind of just fucked, and they're aware of it, so they're just kind of like, can we at least go not painfully?
Can I make a quick insight check to see if it's worse for them to become one of us?
Oh, yes. Like, this I believe would just be like a wits insight.
Yeah.
You could also probably give like a wits politics, because vampires have long existed with vampire hunters.
I'll do insight.
Mhm. Yeah, and I would also clearly state that there are just like how there's different factions with vampires and different clans and subclans and stuff. Human hunters definitely have their own drive of it, and as stated before, these don't look like your average urban modern
Yeah.
hunters. Yeah, they're uniformed.
So
But you're also,
I used my extra die from doing the recap. I got 3 successes.
so obviously there are some hunters that are like, they would rather die than become one of you. If they were to become one of you, they would willingly get hunted, like, or not. Actually, that's like that's a fucking origin story right there. So there's tons of things. I would say for these guys in particular, it's a little bit harder to tell because of their willingness right now
To die?
to submit in this case, because they're very clearly aware that they're fucked, and perhaps they have training to kind of understand when they are this level of fucked. I
Okay.
think I feel like you would know that they're just trying to go in a way that is as painless as possible, and so that means spilling the beans. They're gonna spill the beans, and if you turn out to be assholes and, like, I don't know, rip them limb from limb, that's whatever, right? But this is them trying to just kind of rationalize what to do next.
No worries.
Could also be a thing to, like, buy time, but based on what you know from outside and stuff, no one knows that they're gone just yet. And if they come for them, you're pretty sure you can kill them before help arrives.
Okay.
Examples. Even then, they have to get through the other door. These 2 doors are locked, by the way. This was a Maryland key card moment type of thing. Both of them require a password. So you're not even sure if anyone has a password, though somebody was in here before, and then there's also Caterpillar. Tons of things could happen. But you're just pretty sure that these guys are trying to be chill. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it to them then.
You each got, both of you got 5 questions. So you may ask away. And you'll get varying answers.
Like I said, who hired you?
I'm gonna miscellaneously name them for the sake of the moment. Okay, so we got Jeff,
Todd, I believe.
Jeff and Todd.
Jeff
Yeah,
and Todd.
Todd will be for Ava. Jeff will be for Bear. So Jeff says, we are a small unit built up from several others, hired by a private group.
private group. Care to elaborate?
I think they're Europeans.
Bear leans back and
That's right.
looks at Chester because Bear isn't very good at socializing. I don't know if we've picked up on that at all. They look at Chester with a like, what the fuck look, you know?
I also kind of have that same expression. Europeans. Is there a check that I could do to maybe? No. Let's ask more questions.
Yeah.
First, before
Ask
we
more
get into.
questions.
Ava, did you want to go, or do you want Bear to keep?
Oh, I'm letting Bear go first.
Gotcha.
I'm keeping
Bear, cool. Leans back in. I want a name.
Jeff will kind of just like bite their tongue a little bit before looking up at you and going, I'm assuming the boss you want.
The boss. And don't play any games here. We could throw you outside for the caterpillar, or the sloth, or the bear.
Trust me, they're not going to eat us.
No?
Nah, but we can lead them right to you.
Oh. And you don't think I know how to take care of myself?
None of the vampires in this fucking building actually knew how to, so I mean, yeah, baby.
And
I
how
would like you to look
confident
again at the
are
position
you?
you're in.
Please listen to my friend here. Because how confident are you that I can't make them eat you? I think that would hurt more.
Pretty fucking confident.
Oh,
They're hardwired that way. Can't do it.
Hey,
Hardwired.
you know-
That's the thing about animals in cages, is that eventually, even the worm turns.
I would like to look at Chester and give Chester a very pointed look. Now, you know, Bear may not be able to make them, but there's someone in this room who easily could. So I would watch your words very carefully and answer our questions, and maybe you'll meet a pleasant fate of being drained to your very last drop. Because there are worse things than us. There truly are.
Boss's name, now.
Yeah, get into it. You're gonna be looking for a Sebastian. That is our boss. European. I don't fucking know. There's more. That's above my pay grade. But we worked with Sebastian. Sebastian's here.
When he says the name Sebastian, Bear kind of glances at Marilyn to see if there's any reaction that she has, to see if like she recognizes the name or anything like that.
When you look at her, she's clearly thinking, like she's paying attention, and the whole time she's kind of like going through a few things. Now, some of the things I forgot to mention, but she totally would have in our bit of semi-nebulous time of, our little montage of changing into things, showering, all that stuff. She would have mentioned what was definitely taken from her vanity, being her her records and her documents and her contacts. As Marilyn is very big on train-related travel and smuggling. She has the entirety of Canada, honestly, the entire like railway system, and the new ones being built and whatnot, kind of under her thumb. So she's very, very well connected, even kind of extending her reach to the States, I would say. A lot of things have to go through her if they want to come to Canada. and she can make that happen. She does also have ties with European train systems, not as big, obviously, but it's more like a very fun financial investment because neutral parties on neutral general areas, fields of interest. So it's like it's there. However, all her stuff is gone. So who is who and what is what has been taken. So she's really just racking through like basically 200 years of knowledge, um, just thinking, and then she'll just go, I know in Europe they have more active vampire hunters, more religious ones than the ones here. Is your Sebastian religious? And the guy will just he'll just straight up nod and be like, yeah, wears a big fucking cross, everything. Which, when he mentions that, you, Ava and Chester, you both rifled through both of their pockets, through their bodies. No religious symbols, no holy symbols, nothing. They just had standard shit, is the best way to put it, like to hunt y'all, and kind of fight y'all on a semi leveled area. Um, but nothing religious on them.
What I'm noticing is two people that are just withholding information. You said European. Europe is a huge continent. Can you be more specific? And you're American, so I am pretty sure that you can distinguish where they're from.
This is where you see one of their faces just kind of go, oh, shit. That's actually a very wrong assumption. I think that's the one that Ava has. Just kind of goes, makes a face, like a very, like, I failed geography kind of look. Whereas Jeff over here is kind of like Russian, sounded kind of calmy.
Okay.
Could be also the thickest Italian accent I've ever heard. I don't know. I'm way more familiar with the Brooklyn Italian than
No,
the
that's our
Italian
guy.
Italian.
Last question. What's on the third floor?
Not every human here is in on this, and so we're keeping the civilians where they belong, away from the danger. But also, and you can kind of see the other guy now kind of wiggling, kind of just like, oh, I really don't say this shit, don't say this next part. But it's a little, actually no. I think when he sees that, he's also reluctant to tell you. So you might need one more intimidation check. Anyone can do it. I'll say put any stat you want, any ability, attribute. There you go.
I don't tend to intimidate, so I'm gonna leave this to my colleagues.
I trust Bear on this. I have different ways of getting what I need.
Mm-hmm. I'll take that intimidate. As Bear smiles, I think. And again, that like scar kind of cracks across their face in this wide, wicked way. I'm starting to get a little hungry. And they like lean down over the dude, right? And I'm gonna go the classic strength and intimidation. It hasn't failed me yet. Oh, I need one more. There we go. Well, bam. Ooh, hello. 6 successes, best yet.
Oh shit. Guy literally he curses up and down a couple times, just because. You don't need to roll to know that they really don't want to say this next part because they're quite aware that it'll probably kind of damn them. Like if they weren't already, it will. And so Todd straight up will go, boss made a deal with a couple brats. We give them some of the monsters. They give us the rest of the Thin Bloods here.
Huh.
You're a disgusting little creature, you know that?
Not as disgusting as you. Look at your fucking face.
I'm gonna eat him now.
Fair. Stand over Todd. Oh, his buddy's getting.
I actually, Bear, can I stop you? Would I be able to stop you? First question.
How brave are you, is the question. If you're brave
Hand
enough,
on the-
I think you can.
Hand on the shoulder, brave.
That's
Contact
probably
brave.
close enough. A bear kind of
Fair.
swings their head over toward you.
Make them suffer. Wait a second. We can be more wicked.
They lean back.
Alrighty. I have a couple of questions for you too, Todd. First off, who is on the 3rd floor, besides civilians?
We got the Thin Bloods in bags. We got your bitches in bags. We got those brats up there.
The grip on the tendrils gets tighter. Our bitches. Do you mean our barons? What do you want with the
No,
barons?
not your fucking barons. They're done already. You've wasted enough time. They should be dead by now.
I don't know. There's some pretty strong fucking folks. That's also not answering my question.
Your bitches, as in the others that were with you. We know you're like with 5 or 6 people. A Twinkie looking one and some tomato guy. Both of them wear glasses, sunglasses inside. Bitches.
As they say that, like a swift kick in the face,
Yeah.
kind of. I'd appreciate it if you talked about our friends a little bit more with respect.
That's my tomato guy.
And then
Marilyn will just
That's my Twinkie bitch.
I
Marilyn
pull
will
up the head for Ava to ask more.
I have 3 more, right?
Yes.
What do you actually want with our barons?
We just want to fuck shit up. We want them dead. Rid the rest of y'all. Without your power, we can get the smaller ones. It's real easy. Most of you are your enemies.
Wow. Wow. You're a lot stupider than I thought. Do you not know what happens to an entire city, an entire metropolitan city of vampires when there's a power vacuum?
We left
A
one
major
of you.
fucking power vacuum?
We left one of you, and he's gonna look directly at Marilyn, and then look back at you, Ava. And
Marilyn's great. Marilyn's not the problem. Marilyn didn't have the control. Marilyn had the means.
I start to stand up and look at Marilyn.
Marilyn's gonna look back at you and be like, "Don't you dare
I think I
loop
would
me into
dare.
this." I remained neutral for a reason. You think I'm gonna risk it all after I've worked literally 200 years to stay where I am right now? Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, I'm just curious.
The level of disrespect. They took my kid.
Marilyn, you're putting it on thick, love.
Of course I am. Look at this place. This is my home. This is all
It is your
I
home.
have.
You're also
Why would I
smarter
give this
than
up?
that.
Nasty bitches. I let you in here into my. She's like total. She's going off on you, Chester.
Yeah.
If you'll allow me to roast you, I'll do it. Like.
Yeah, but I like despite them doing that, Chester's just like taking it and kind of like trying to think of what's going on. But yeah, continue with the interrogation.
Oh, I fucking knocked out my earring. Is what I did. It's okay. It's a heavy one. Yeah, but continue because Marilyn will roast you for a bit, like from your hairline down to like your goddamn shoe size. But you may continue when she's done. She just really did not like that accusation.
Yeah.
This is going to answer a lot of questions for us. Who broke into Marilyn's room? Whose job was it to go through her shit?
This is where I think it's a bit easier to read because they were looking stubborn before. Now they just look confused. No one. We already had your information.
Her files are missing.
Why should I care about that? Do we look like we're gonna attempt to control the vampire political populace here? We're trying to fuck shit up. We literally want you out. What makes you think we're trying to take over? We can take over when you're gone.
I don't have time to deconstruct how ludicrous all of that is, but I do glance back at Marilyn. This would be quite the ruse, huh?
Are you seriously pointing fingers at me?
I'm not pointing a finger.
I am.
She is. I'm asking questions. I have never been one to not ask questions. In fact, it got me where I am today. You would know that.
Then ask your questions, but you keep your skinny little bony ass. She's going off on Chester again, but basically just saying, keep your fingers away from her.
One last question. Why turn the Thin Bloods? Why go through the effort of doing that fucked up nonsense to them? Like that cartoonishly fucked up nonsense. They're a weapon, sure. But why?
Majority of you hate them. Or you're scared of them. And we need monsters to fight monsters.
You know, they say a really classic phrase, hurt people, hurt people. And I'm feeling really, really hurt right now. I'm just simply going to grab him by the neck, and I'm not going to kill him, but I'm going to entirely crush his vocal box.
Go for it. You don't need a roll for that.
Yeah.
You'll do it.
Yeah. Feeling a little better.
If you don't mind, while I'm still staring at Marilyn, I'm
She's
going.
staring daggers at
Yeah,
you.
I'm going to cast Theft of Vitae on Todd, and I am going to, not in a long while, drain him dry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to feed on him. That puts my hunger to 0. I'm just gonna... Marilyn. The box. It needed some form of confirmation. You wouldn't have let such a package come into your building without knowing what it is. Umami, I get. There was something wrong with their data, their records. Could have been tampered with, but Umami's too smart for somebody else to tamper. If there's any form of blind spot for Umami, that'll be you. And you say you killed your child. I killed my sire and my sibling.
I didn't kill my child. I killed my sire. They took my... Umami's not my child.
Yes.
But I treat him like my child. If I were to have any children, I would want them to be Umami.
Exactly. What I'm saying is these temporary ties can easily be broken. You yourself just said you killed your sire, and that is the tightest piece of string to untie. What more, somebody who is not even bound by blood? Now, I respect you to give you a chance to answer honestly. What is really going on here, Marilyn? You're too powerful and too smart to not know what's going.
You do not need to make a roll because she's going to answer. I mean, you can make a roll afterwards if you really want to vibe check her. She's going to answer. She goes, 1. I killed my sire because he was an abusive piece of shit who really, really liked walking around with his little Chinese toy and showing it off. 2. I have absolutely no idea what is going on. I can make a fucking guess. But I'm pretty sure you're smart enough that both of our guesses would be correct. 3. Do I look tech savvy to you? Do you even know what Umami's job is?
Ava does actually laugh at that because you know what? Fair point.
Yeah, at that point, I think Bear also kind of unclenches their shoulder.
That is the most convincing piece of evidence you've given, Marilyn.
And Marilyn will go off a little bit. Sure. I'm fucking amazing. I'll be the first one to say it. I'm fucking amazing. I've done a lot. And I am powerful. And it should stay like that. I deserve it. I've earned it. It's mine. But where? You don't think I couldn't have been Baron by now? I could have been a prince. I could have been fucking anything I ever wanted to be. I could have had these motherfuckers killed from the moment they stepped in. Do you think I actually care about that kind of level of power? That's responsibility. I hate paperwork. I don't even know what a fucking computer is. I do know what it is, theoretically, but they keep changing. What the fuck is Windows 11? Why are there 11 windows? And then she fixes her hair.
I knew we were cut of the same cloth, but, like, Damn.
Fixes her hair, clears her throat, and goes, That is mommy's job. If it went past them, it went past me. Because I care and trust
You
Umami.
trust Umami implicitly.
Yes, we've been together for over 10 years.
You know, I hate to say it, but God, they are a little bit smart because you're an excellent patsy. You are an excellent patsy. It's so easy to pin this on you and have it make immediate sense.
I've been neutral for so long, I know the previous princes. I know which ones are dead. I know which ones are still fucking alive and kicking. We literally meet every now and then. So yeah, maybe this is a Camarilla takeover. But none of those motherfuckers would get me if I really allowed it. And this is the closest they've ever fucking got. If it's even them.
Interesting. Well, you understand it is my job to ask questions, so
I do.
I believe you for now.
I believe you're a fucking bastard. She flips you off.
I always have been.
Hey, Marilyn.
Yes.
I hope you know that I do believe you wholeheartedly. But if you are lying to the three of us, you have to know I'm stubborn enough to find a way to not only end you, but usurp all of your power, right? Like, if there's anyone who's gonna go through with it, it's gonna be me. You're aware, right? This is why we don't actually fight.
Honestly, if it's anyone I would prefer, it would be you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
I like the way you do your job. And preferably, I would like to not kill any of you. Do you know how much
That'd be cool.
mother...
We are all kind of liabilities in very specific ways. You're not wrong.
We're all stuck.
Imagine if my social media went actually dark.
That's the best part. I don't even run mine. Why would I run mine? That's Umami's job! Are we done with interrogating me now? Or Bear, do you have questions?
No questions. Bear has been eating the other guy this entire time. I have to say. That's what they've been doing. Like, kind of watching more
Finger
eating.
licking.
I am eating at least one of them, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm snacking. I had planned to turn one of them, but since Bear already went in, it's fine.
There's more. There'll be more.
Yeah. Marilyn will, for sure, also snack because, like, one, she was hungry before, but now, like me, her throat is parched. So she probably just straight up, like rips an arm off and just starts squeezing it into, like, one of her glasses.
I'm basically just gonna be wary of Maryland time. But while they're doing their feeding, I'm gonna put on the earpiece on the walkie-talkie to see if I hear any chatter. What's going
on? Okay. So, do you want to take the time to, like, listen and figure out what's going on, or would you, like, try to figure it out right away? Basically, taking the time does not require a roll. Figuring out right away would require a roll.
I'm just gonna take the time. It looks like they're still doing their feeding. They're going through their stuff. You know, we're still trying to calm down from the previous, like, accusations that were had. So I'm just gonna take my time.
Would anybody like to do anything else before I give the walkie-talkie info and then our quick little closing scene? Is there anything else anybody really wants to do or talk about? Because we're good.
I make sure we leave both one of Todd and one of Jeff's hands, and I make them hold hands. That's all.
Two bros. Bros to the end. Some would call them roommates or close friends.
Close
Although you-
friends.
Yeah, close friends. You know, it's nothing more than just
Besties.
best friends.
Coworker.
Not
Um,
coworker.
They they trained in the academy together. They trained in the academy
together.
See, you good, or you have anything you'd like to do? Good.
All good.
All good. So, I would say, a bit more time goes by. Relatively, at least an hour, hour and a half, like that. As you can kind of hear more walkie noises come in, and occasionally, like, so what's good is that when you got them, they had already radioed in that they were like, okay, you know, it's like, come in, I don't know, come in squad 2, come in, like, that's it, that was it, that was fine. So you don't need to do it again, but you can kind of hear a bit more. If you infer it, you would say that there are at least 2 more squads of 2 that have radioed in with different voices, and then you would have heard, I'm gonna say, vaguely Eastern European voice, kind of say to the likes of, all barons down. Resume with clearing out. We leave at dawn. And then you will hear one more group, a voice that you have not heard before, that also will click in and say, the packages are ready to go. 2 non-thin bloods captured. And then the Eastern European voice. You know what? I should just say Sebastian, because you already know that he's here and what he sounds like. So Sebastian will say, let me check on them. If you meet any resistance, kill them. That is basically what you hear.
I relay that to the group.
Okay, it's time to kick it into high gear, folks.
Let's go.
Marilyn, you got anything we can light this place with? Because I say we start a time clock. If we can't get ourselves out, they go down with us. No questions asked.
I've got a lighter. I've got
Perfect.
some matches here somewhere.
You've got a fuck ton of hairspray.
So much hairspray. Literally take a bag and go.
I start spraying every surface down in the room.
If we
Unless one of you stops me.
Yeah, no, I think just before...
I'm just gonna say, maybe we can save that for our friends downstairs. And there's curtains, so I'm just going to take my lighter out and I'm gonna start lighting.
Marilyn's just gonna stop you both first and foremost and just go, 1, not my room first. Not my room first. 2, we have giant kitchens.
We have giant kitchens.
We have giant kitchens.
Kitchens are explosions, and we want a slow burn.
Slow burn. Marilyn, I understand.
So you're telling me you don't
attachment.
want to turn on the stove? It's a gas stove.
Marilyn, I'm telling you we can do both.
Yes. But not my room first.
What first then? Mayor?
Well, not this level first. We're on the 2nd floor. You really want to... They're upstairs. They just said that they're holding everyone upstairs. We started a fire right now. You think you can get up there fast enough and deal with any of them?
We'll do it your way.
We need to be able to secure a way down at the very least.
This is
We
true.
do.
We haven't even checked the elevators if they're working.
I don't want to leave any ends untied. I
I
want
know.
a failsafe.
I know.
A real failsafe while we're safe. One we can
But-
assuredly set up.
I'm
But
pretty,
starting a fire in a room that has 2 doors to double lock it
I'm
is
pretty
probably not the
sure.
best.
I'm pretty sure these these strapping young soldiers would have some form of explosives.
They
You're
do.
right.
They carry grenades. Also,
You're right.
I don't. This is also like a sanctioned hotel. We have you just pull the fire alarm.
Yeah. But we do have grenades.
Right?
And I mean, those monsters are big. I'm pretty sure we could just chuck. We could just chuck this hairspray at them, or even just and she'll spray a little bit and like hold like a lighter relatively close, and she's like torch them.
I had similar thoughts, yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Oh shit! I have so much fucking alcohol here. Wait a minute. This is me realizing, like later, she does have
Molotov.
you can Molotov that she has vintage bottles of like human alcohol there. She's like, they were just for display.
We're going
If
to
I ever got
Molotov it,
poor
yeah.
suddenly, I could just sell it.
After doing prep work with that Molotov, I'm just gonna hold the door open so we can head out. But I want to make sure it's stated that I will be behind Marilyn at all times.
Bear will lead the way out of the room.
Ava's gonna walk with Marilyn.
And she will follow y'all as well. And I'm assuming you want to make your way up. You will head down the hallway, and rather than take that, you can kind of see when she points to where the service elevator should be, and that is the general direction you came from originally, Ava. She'll just be like, it's all the way down there. It literally looks like a regular door, all the way down there. It'll open up. It'll make sense. And then she'll point to where the stairs are, and she'll say, "Let's try there." We actually know the stairs work because we heard someone run prior. So
Into the stairwell.
Into the stairwell.
the stairwell is honestly cold and dark. Like, you're all relatively cold, but the stairwell is just it's cold and dark and clean. No blood, no slime. Clean. And suspiciously, there are those standing lights that you would see, floodlights, I believe. And usually you'd see them in like warehouses and maybe theaters.
Hey guys.
Ava?
I think we just found their escape route.
Good.
Well, what is
Our
theirs is
escape route
ours
now.
now. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Is that where we want to go to ending things?
Yeah, you do technically have to go another flight up, but that's where we'll leave y'all. However, that's not the end just yet. Perhaps I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. We move a couple hours back to where y'all were still in the Maryland room, plotting about to Actually, you haven't even seen the humans yet, but you were thinking about it, thinking about ways to sate your hunger. We're gonna go down past the second floor, actually, to the first, to the first floor, yes. Where a much sorry, no, it is in the second floor because I remembered there's a kitchen in the first floor. My bad. Going to the second floor. It is much larger. This kitchen is much larger than the first floor one, where it was kind of smaller and better for like um, regular service. This one kind of is meant to service the penthouse, people here, and people downstairs should they need it. It is when I say it's much bigger, I don't mean it's a full sized 5-star chef kitchen or anything like that. Um, it's on the smaller end in terms of gourmet chef kitchens, but it was once clean and sterile. Lined up at this table that was kind of pushed together. They're prep tables, but they're pushed together to make one full big ass dining table. You see each baron in different states of duress and general well being put on chairs, essentially, like they were sitting around seated for perhaps a dinner. Trying to. 1 second. Double checking. Maximus looks the worst out of the bunch. This is someone who is shredded but still intact. There are parts of him falling off. And it almost looks like he is duct taped to this chair to be kept in one place. And he's awake, but like in and out of this like blinding pain that he's in. He looks like a whole different color painted in this dried blood, but also still bleeding. Priyanka is simply slumped over the table. She is too weak to move up, move her body up, I should say. As she is simply also kind of attached to a chair, but not in the best way, hence why she can go limp when she wants to. She looks essentially like a mess. Like she's been in a long battle and then knocked out. Marcus is burnt on some parts of their body, essentially taking perhaps sunlight directly to a degree before essentially being put here. And without being able to feed on anything, the healing process is entirely too slow and entirely too grueling. And lastly, Rosemary. Simply in shock. She looks the most intact, maybe say for a few cuts, but she just looks in shock. She is mentally checked out, dissociating hard as fuck. And she's sitting there like almost willingly. They don't need to tie her down. She's just sitting. In the background, the bear monster puts out silverware and plates on the table and decorates it very crudely. And the sloth monster simply waits in the background, occasionally circling, getting in the bear monster's way. But, like, the bear is mildly annoyed by it. More like grunts and it continues to do its thing, while the sloth can just continuously circle and giggle and, like, kind of watch over them. The caterpillar slides in from a different door. And emerges from its large body like self, and in a very kind of grueling way, you can kind of see it rip itself from its body. It's a process. It takes a bit before it's able to kind of slither out, and even then, it walks on all fours. But the way as if a human were to walk on all fours, it looks wrong. Your limbs weren't meant to bend those ways all the way down, so the back is a little arched in a weird way, and it will simply pull up a chair and like sit on it L style, so it's actually just squatting, and it waits and it stares at everyone. And they are all waiting, actually, rather patiently, for the wolf monster to arrive. And with the wolf monster, you see Stephanie, the thin-blooded wife of Maximus, walk in, holding her shoes and looking frazzled and perplexed. And beside, you see the hot Lucifer statue human, now kind of just looking, watching, counting, taking this into a matter of fact. And then you'll look at Stephanie and go, you really don't have to be here for this. I don't know how attached you are to him, but it's gonna get real ugly real soon. Stephanie takes a really big breath and nods and just looks back at him and goes, "It's okay. I need to be here for this. I need it. It's for me." And goes, "Okay." And then he looks up at the wolf monster, gives a very gentle like touch of on its arm, and just goes, "You tear him apart, sis. You take all the time you need. You make it hurt." And the wolf monster kind of smiles, if it could smile, if its face would allow it to smile. And it kind of prances on in there. And then they feast. They tear each baron apart like, perhaps the imagery is similar to like cutting open a full chicken, ripping out the legs, the insides, going for it, cleaning it down to the bone. And when you see the bear monster, its arm reattaches as it shoves it there after taking in enough blood and flesh, and it stitches back together as if nothing has ever happened, as if our bear never did anything. The final scene is the wolf taking what should be Maximus's hands, kind of cutting them off and making them fold in such a way as if they was gathering a water or a liquid, sort of cupping them together. And when rigor mortis sets in, they get stuck as the fingers are kind of intertwined. And then it brings it to you kind of know it. She brings it to Stephanie with Maximus's head, and just kind of squeezes it a bit, so some of the blood and other parts fall in as the blood trickles out from underneath the fingers, and Wolf offers it to Stephanie and says, "Drink." And Stephanie drinks. And that's it. That's where we're gonna end. Sorry, that last part was a little bit longer than I thought, but I had to. The drama.
It's such a cool, great, fun thing that we're going to the kitchen after this. That was our plan.
Thank you so much for joining us for, I guess this is the penultimate episode, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the correct terms of the Lion's Den. Join us next week where we will hopefully have a full cast for our finale. And let's see, maybe Bear can kill a bear. Maybe we can save everybody and escape. Maybe we all die in a fire. Who knows? There's so many great ways to go out. So, speaking of going out, I think the rest of y'all should give yourself some plugs. Oh, let's start with Aurora since you went last the first time.
Cool. I'm Aurora. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Ephemeral Giant. I am not doing much currently, but there are several things in the works. One of them involves Aki and Aki doesn't know it. One of them involves Aki and Aki does know it. One of them involves C probably and C doesn't know it. Anywho, all I'm gonna say is I am a schemy little schemer, and I am working on bringing actual theatrical productions to the streaming space and a game show. And that's literally all I'm gonna say. I'll say nothing more. Okay, we're moving on. Follow me at Ephemeral Giant on Instagram and Twitter. Mostly Twitter, for now. I have a Tumblr there too. I just don't use it. You can follow me there for sure.
Go, Fabs, go.
Oh, me? I've been Fabs. I've been playing Chester, your Premier boy, soft boy, angry boy, and yeah, you can find me here at Badhouse RPG. You can also follow me on Rockets and Pens for my comic stuff. And yeah, join us on Monday for All the Witches Part 2. That's gonna be amazing. Wednesday, you're gonna be able to see me and C be problematic as fuck in Shadow Dawn. You can also see me on Thursdays be a storyteller in Mage, and come back next week to see what this angry soft boy does.
I think that's me. Hello, everyone. My name is C. I use they, them pronouns. This is my cat, who's a limp noodle on my lap.
Wow.
Hello.
Isn't that so cute? Hi, my name is C. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet at PieSharpArt. If you liked what I did here tonight, you'll like what I do other places. So follow me on Twitter to see what I am doing at any given time. I'm in lots of different stuff, lots of stuff coming up, but you can always find me working over on Transplanar RPG, which, if you don't already know, I'm going to do the plug, is an all-transgender, person of color-led, 100% homebrew D&D 5th edition actually, now it's a dark fantasy multiverse set in a non-colonial anti-orientalist universe. Because we just wrapped up our first campaign, we are currently working through a God Killer mini-series and one-shot series, the most recent of which you can find tomorrow, Saturday at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. B. Dave Walters and Miss Gina Darling are playing God Killer tomorrow, so you can go see that at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Transplanar. It's going to be so good. Be there, or you will make my limp cat very sad. Would you do this to him?
You will
Would
not.
you make him sad? You would not.
Don't make the
Well,
cat
not
sad.
challenge accepted. I'm joking.
What?
Don't rile me up like that.
Aki.
Aki!
Aki.
And that's all from me.
Hello, I'm Aki, the person who will make C's cat sad. And I've been your storyteller. And you can follow me all over the Twitterverse at akinami_art, where I do a lot of things, too many things, so many things. If you're interested in my streaming stuff, you can check me at the Mandy's channel Wednesdays at 8 p.m. EST, where I get to play a buddy bard necromancer and do so many sad things. I'm so sad on that show. It's so funny. I'm living my best edgy life. Otherwise, please follow at Unwavering Force on Twitter. It is a all BIPOC Pathfinder 2e Star Wars podcast where I play, get it, a garbage man. Like a literal garbage man. I fly, like it's fucking great. I got the ship and everything. I'm a garbage man. And yeah, go check out all my other projects. I just living on my account, my channel. I don't know. Yeah. And join us again for next week for our finale, where hopefully I get to kill one person, or even better, they get to kill me.
Yeah.
I have many lives, like that cat. No, I'm joking. I gotta stop. That was not. that was not. That was not the best segue for it. Oh gosh. Thank you. You better take
Peace.
me off air now, man.
Bye.
Bye.